On December 5th, 1960, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a ruling in the case of Boynton versus Virginia. The case overturned a lower court conviction of a black law student, Bruce Boynton, for trespassing in the whites-only section of a bus terminal restaurant. The Supreme Court ruled that racial segregation in public transportation was illegal because such segregation violated the Interstate Commerce Act. However, the U.S. government did not actively enforce the ruling, and many bus terminals continued to segregate the races. To challenge this, the interracial civil rights organization known as CORE, the Congress of Racial Equality, decided to draw attention to the continuing problem. In May 1961, CORE began one of the most important protests of the civil rights era, the Freedom Rides of 1961. During the Freedom Rides, several hundred civil rights workers, black and white, rode Greyhound and Trailways buses through the Deep South to challenge local segregation laws and customs. Freedom Riders faced hostility, discrimination, and quite frequently mob violence. But they persevered, maintaining their dedication to nonviolent direct action. Some of the notable Freedom Riders included civil rights activist and now Congressman John Lewis and James Farmer, National Director of CORE. Lewis was one of the 13 original riders and was brutally beaten on more than one occasion. On May 21, 1961, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King was in Montgomery, Alabama, to support the Freedom Riders. While speaking at the First Baptist Church, several thousand whites surrounded the building. The hostile whites rioted, threatening blacks inside and setting fire to automobiles outside. From the church basement, Dr. King called Attorney General Robert Kennedy, requesting help. U.S. Marshals soon arrived, but the growing mob pelted them with bricks and bottles. Alabama's governor declared martial law in Montgomery and ordered National Guard troops to restore order. By midnight, the streets were finally calm, and the people in the church, who had feared for their lives, were permitted to leave. 3 days later, the troops escorted the Freedom Riders as they left town. In September 1961, at the insistence of the Attorney General, the Interstate Commerce Commission ordered an end to segregation on interstate transportation and within transportation facilities. By late 1961, the riots ended, but the courage and persistence of the Freedom Riders forever changed American history.
The love that God is Good morning, Vision. Welcome to our Sunday celebration. I'm so glad that I'm here. I hope you're glad you're there. We will be together soon. I'm just knowing it. You can feel that energy gathering, can't you, for this reuniting in our sanctuary. I know it's coming soon. I know we're taking steps. We've got committees meeting on right and proper and safe ways to re-enter, right? Re-entry into your life. So just keep hanging in there, watching at home. We will not end our live streaming. So even when we start meeting in real life, in the sanctuary, we will continue with our live streaming, so no worries there. Let us pray in, because that's what we do to bookend everything that we do in life. So please join me in prayer. I give great thanks for this day, for the lovely weather, for the sun shining on us, for the warm air. I give great thanks for this day where we meet heart to heart, if not hand to hand. I just give great thanks for this one life of God's individualizing itself, expressing itself uniquely as each life. And I know that everyone's life is some part of the whole life of God's. So I give thanks for this day, for everything in it, knowing that we come together by divine appointment. We are here to know of ourselves and each other as that, the divine life of spirit and form. And so it is. Amen. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. Please hang out for this next hour and listen to the wonderful music that we have, and the prayer and the talk and just all of it. It's all a gift, and we just love to share it with you.
Hello, Reverend Patti. Reverend Patti.
Yes?
We have a special song we'd like to play right now for you. Hang on.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Patti. Happy birthday to you.
Look at this. Oh.
We wish you a very special,
Thank you.
special and happy birthday.
Thank you so
From
much.
family.
Oh, I love it.
Our hearts to you.
Thank you so much. Look at how beautiful they are.
Beautiful.
I love it. Thank you.
back here.
Yeah, set them right there. Or there, actually. That would be lovely. Thank you. I love tulips. They're my favorites. Hi.
We sort of thought that.
There you go. There they are. Look. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Patricia. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I just totally forgot what I was doing. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. That is a delightful birthday surprise. I'm so excited. Yay. I am happy to be here. I hope you are. Get comfortable, get a cup of coffee, put your feet up, turn up the volume on your computer, and join in with the songs of just joy that we have today. We have practitioners who are here. They are online. Meet them at the meet and greet room at the end of the celebration. We have a nice Zoom room for you. You can get prayer, one-on-one prayer support in a breakout room. Join us for that after the celebration. We have on our website, www.visioncsl.org, we have a page of practitioners and their phone numbers. You can call them and get prayer support over the phone. You can email. There's a prayer request form on the website. You can email a prayer request, and you will get a phone call back or a prayer online back, however we'd like to serve you, however you would like to be served. We are here to serve you in prayer. So don't leave today without getting the prayer support that your soul is calling for, And even if your life is going well, and I don't know whose life is going well right now. It's kind of an odd year it's been. But even if everything is going well, you can always use prayer support to get better. right? This or better, always. We can uplift our consciousness, uplift our life, uplift the outpicturing of the conditions around us. So hang out, go to the Zoom room after celebration, get prayer support, know the absolute highest and best truth for yourself. That's what our licensed practitioners do. That's what our staff ministers do. And that's what we know. We know absolutely that prayer changes things. So please get prayer support. Get prayer support. Like Ernest Holmes always said, change your thinking, change your life. Absolutely. So now what I'm going to do is, first I was going to turn it over to the celebration singers, but I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm going to say our greeting with you. I know you know it. It's always on the big screen. It's always on our bulletins. It's on our handouts all the time. It's everywhere. So I know you know it. If this is your first time at Vision, look at it, write it down, you'll get it. Let's say it together to remind ourselves and for our friends that might be here for the first time. You ready? Okay. Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. And we absolutely mean that from the bottom of our hearts, long distance, and also when we meet again in the sanctuary, it is absolutely true. And now I'm going to turn it over to the celebration singers who are going to sing our centering song to prepare us for our 5-minute meditation. Okay, take it away.
Good morning. My name is Paul Hemmerling. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here at Vision, and now is our time for meditation and contemplation. We'll have some quotes, the chime will ring, we'll enter a period of silence, the bowl will ring us out of meditation, and we'll move directly into our time of community prayer. So I invite you to get comfortable where you are, close your eyes unless you're driving, and take these quotes with you into the silence. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. It's from Henry Ford and from our founder, Ernest Holmes. In this divine awakening, there seems to be an inner witness who remembers that we came from a heavenly state. There seems to be an answer from that great within which says, the Father's house is filled with peace, power, and plenty. And remaining in that silence, in that perfect place, I attune to the first truth of this teaching, that God is all there is. There is one life, one essence, one energy, one thought, one mind, one unified field of self-aware activity showing up everywhere as the manifest universe. All that exists is the mind and body of God at play. And I know that the unseen Creator is one with that which exists. There is no boundary, there is no barrier, there is no outside, there is no other, there is nothing to overcome. I know that I am one with the infinite power and presence. The unified field knows of itself, as each and every one of us, that we are one being, one mind, one truth, one activity. From the innermost activity of the smallest cells, down through the subatomic particles, into the unseen realm, out and out and out, through the body, through the planet, through space, to the farthest reaches of the expanding universe. It is all one action, one activity, one thought, knowing of itself everywhere, whole, perfect, complete. And knowing that we are one, that I am one, that there is one. I speak this word right here and right now, knowing peace. I know peace for each and every one of us. I release the world from the need to change, and I simply address that within me, which accepts peace in my life, the peace that transcends understanding, the peace of infinite power and love. And this is the truth of the world, that peace is the truth of spirit. And as I know that this peace is present and available, I know that health is the truth of spirit. There is no breakdown in the body of spirit. There is no requirement that the body of God age. So I accept that perfect health of God right here and right now is active in every cell of this body, working with perfect harmony and perfect joy to realign and uplift, to be born anew in a thought of health, of mobility, of effortless sleep, of healing, of joy, that this body is the body of spirit in life, in joy, in peace, and with absolute happiness. And as I know that peace and harmony and health is the truth of spirit, I know that financial prosperity and abundance, there is no debt in God, there is no need in spirit. God says, and it is, and this is the truth of each and every one of us. There is enough spirit active in our lives right here and right now to meet every need. So I breathe and relax into the truth of spirit, that money is indeed divine, and it moves from wherever it is to wherever it is needed. The fulfillment is the seed of desire. And I know that asking for help is an act of power. It is not weakness. Love and law work together. Nothing stands alone. And so working in harmony with the joy and the peace, the power, the prosperity, the abundance, the wisdom, the infinite grace that dwells within each and every one of us, I give great thanks for this day, for this teaching, for this amazing music, for this incredible technology, for the truth that with a single thought we change our lives. Filled with gratitude and love, I release this word into the law, knowing spirit does the work and reflects back perfectly a life of prosperity, health, joy, harmony, creativity, and opportunity. Life is good, and join me as we say together, and so it is.
Hey, good morning, Vision.
Good morning.
Hi, Nathan.
Hi, Andy. Happy birthday, Patty.
Happy birthday, Patty. Oh, my God. It's our big year.
That's right. We're going to be singing a couple of great songs for you. One of them is a favorite of Patty's.
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way. And we're going to be back on June 9th on a Wednesday, and I think everybody can come, maybe.
We'll see about that.
We'll see. Lying beside you, here in the dark, feeling your heartbeat with mine. Softly you whisper, you're so sincere. How could our love be so blind? We sailed on together, then drifted apart, and here you are by my side. So now I come to you with open arms, nothing to hide. Believe what I say. So here I am with open arms, hoping you'll see what your love means to me. Open arms. Living without you, living alone. This empty house seems so cold. Wanting to hold you, wanting you near. How much I wanted you home. But now that you come back, turn night into day, I need you to stay. So now I come to you with open arms, nothing to hide. Believe what I say. So here I am with open arms, hoping you'll see what your love means to me. Open arms. Open arms.
Okay, that makes me cry. Thank you. Thank you, Andy and Nathan. That was beautiful. Oh, I love that. We are in the middle of May's theme. Holy, holy uprising, right? Holy, entirely holy, sacred uprising, lifting in consciousness. And so today's talk is, we have liftoff. Well, of course, right? It goes with the theme, holy, holy uprising. In order to have an uprising, we need a liftoff. We have to have liftoff. But the question is, how do we get to that point, right? How do we get to the point where we have liftoff? What does it take for us to say, this has to change? Right? This has to change. This needs change, or I need change, or I need to change, or I need to change the situation I'm in. You know, I've noticed that the changes that we make in our lives, they don't come when we feel like everything is okay, right? They don't happen when we are comfortable with our lives. We don't usually say, wow, I love my life, I love everything in my life, I think I'll change it up now, right? We don't usually do that. I find that does not happen much. We tend to want change in our lives when we are dissatisfied with the status quo. Something's wrong, or something's not quite right, or something's absolutely awful for us to say, this has to change. And so we tend not to change things when things are going well. Like that old saying, right? If it's not broken, don't fix it. Or if it's not broken, don't break it. And we move toward this discomfort when things are not quite right, and we are in that, we're immersed in that discomfort, and we're like, yeah, can't do this much longer. We tend to desire change to improve our lives, or to improve some condition in our lives somewhere. And then as we make those plans and intentions, things change in our lives, or we change them, or they get changed on us. But that consciousness of change comes first. Ernest Holmes, in A New Design for Living, said this. He said, we are all living in a world of continual change, a world in which thought, thing, and experience are all in a constant state of flux. It is the very nature of the universe that there should be continual change and variation. It's a living world, a creation of a living creative intelligence, not a static world created by a God now dead or departed who has left it to decay. No, it is vital. It is alive. The mind that is created, it is not apart from it, but is always active in and through it. He goes on to say, but behind the changes, behind that which causes the changes, we have found there is something stable and changeless, something eternal upon which all eternal events depend for their very existence. Behind the endless process of change and the infinite variety of experience and expression, there is that thing which never changes. And of course, that's spirit. Behind all change is the changeless. Behind the diversity is the oneness. Behind the limitlessness, there is unity. We all use the same stuff. That's what I'll call it, stuff. We all use the same stuff to outpicture the different stuff in our lives. So, we are coming out of really almost a year and a half of sheltering in place, right? Uber and Grubhub, groceries delivered to us, Netflix, on demand, Amazon Prime. We have been homebodies for a long time, whether we liked it or not. We have been sedentary. Even if we're working more, which many of us were doing, working more, we were doing it in the same place, right? We were working and we were living and we were eating and we were sleeping all in the same place. And that was in front of the computer, right where you are now, right? In front of the computer, in front of the books, in front of the TV, in front of the monitor. And now that's about to change. We are re-entering. We're re-entry, right? We're at the re-entry phase. We're re-entering our active lives. But here's the thing. We cannot have re-entry before we have liftoff, right? When the rocket goes up, it has to lift off first before it can re-enter. First there's liftoff, then there's re-entry. And I know that it's a process for a lot of us, it's been a long time. And when we begin to meet and greet each other in person, there's going to be a lot of different stuff happening, a lot of different stuff up for us, You'll have friends who maybe, let their hair grow out, right? Or they stop dyeing it and it's their natural color, or maybe we've put on a few pounds, I've heard about that COVID-15, so maybe some of us are a little fluffier than we were before we went into seclusion. Maybe we're still in our soft warm-ups and not in our street pants yet. There's a lot of that. But don't think for a minute you've let yourself go. You haven't let yourself go, you've set yourself free. And that's a big difference. It's a big difference. So the going and the doing and the traveling and the parking and the driving, all that stuff we're kind of moving back toward. The going to the office, the going to the grocery stores, going to restaurants. Oh my God, we're going to go back to restaurants. There's so much to look forward to. We may have been working just as hard, or we may have been working actually harder because things had to be at home. We've been doing everything on Zoom. And now we're looking at this re-entering our lives. We're not going to be doing things in the same space anymore. We're going to be doing things differently. But we've had a year and a half of working harder and moving less. And now we have to overcome the inertia, really, that sheltering in place happened, right? It happened to us. We have to overcome that and begin doing again. And it can be an effort. There's that old expression, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. Have you ever heard that expression? It's true, right? If you want to get something done, if you need something done, give it to a busy person. Because they're always doing stuff, and they'll get it done for you. And that's really Newton's first law, right? It discusses inertia. According to the law, bodies at rest tend to stay at rest. Bodies in motion tend to stay in motion. In either case, it is unless they are acted upon by an external force. So if the soccer ball is sitting on the field, it's just sitting on the field. It's a body at rest, and it's going to remain that way until somebody kicks it, right? Same thing. And a plane in the air is going to be a plane in the air, and it's just going to continue to go unless somebody changes its course. So another external force. So for us, in order to get going, we need to supply a force, right? We're kind of, all sitting at home, just, sitting. So Ernest Holmes said this in Religious Science. He said, we must say all thought is creative. And that's the force that we're going to apply, is a thought. He says, all thought is creative according to the nature, impulse, emotion, or conviction behind the thought. Thought creates a mold in the subjective in which the idea is accepted and poured and sets power in motion according to that thought. Ignorance of this excuses no one from its effects, for we're dealing with a law and not whimsical theory. So, if we wish to overcome the inertia in our own lives, we must apply a force. In this case, it is thought force. It is thought force. It is prayer force. It is affirmation force. It is faith force. Oh, I like that. The faith force. That's who we are. Yeah, I love it. We should call ourselves that. Here we are, the faith force. We know everything begins in mind, and we absolutely know that. So we first must have a new thought before we can manifest a new life. Must have that new thought. So the work we have to do is first mental work. It is first creating that new picture in our minds. Then it's emboldening that picture with feeling, filling that picture with emotion, and knowing the picture is already real, knowing it already exists. And then, of course, faith takes us the rest of the way, right? Faith takes us the rest of the way because we know It is real and it is true, even though we don't see it yet. And then we are carried along by grace into the manifestation. Sure, maybe we've let certain things go during the pandemic. You should see my garage. There are things that need to be cleaned out. There are things that need to be done. There are things that have been put off from an earlier time. I have to clean out my garage. But the first thing I need to do is I need to see it clean. I need to absolutely know it's clean. I need to feel what that feels like when I open the garage door and flip on the light and see this brilliant, expanse of a clean garage floor, right? But I have to take it one step at a time, because we could get into overwhelm by expecting it to all be done at the same time. If I open the door and I'm like, oh my God, I got to do this. It's going to take me days to do this. We can get paralyzed by that. We can just shut down. We get into overwhelm and then nothing happens, right? And the idea here is it didn't get cluttered all at once, right? It didn't get crowded. It didn't get all boxed up all at once. So it's not going to get clean all at once. Knowing the clean expanse of it, but putting one foot in front of the other. What Ernest Holmes said about, treat and move your feet. So you do the mental work first, but then what? Take one box. I am going to clean one box today. Just one. That's it. Clean one. Action accomplished. Right? Action accomplished. And little by little, just like the muddy beaker, right, of water that Ernest Holmes said, just like that muddy beaker, with drop by drop of clean water, and then what happens? It transforms over time, and it's crystal clear water in that beaker. That's the same way that we accomplish these things. We know in mind they are done, and then we move our feet. One drawer at a drawer. That's that New York thing coming out. One box, one shelf, right? Little by little, and it changes, and the job gets complete. But we have success every step of the way, and we avoid that sense of overwhelm. Total success, total success. We have liftoff, right? We have liftoff. Yes, it works. Ernest Holmes in Can We Talk to God said this. He said, faith set in motion in this medium produces facts in the human experience. This is the way it works. He goes on to say, our own individual subjective states of thought constitute the medium through which this law works. If we have a true conviction, which is in line with ultimate harmony, we can create an idea, and that idea must clothe itself in form equal to our mental equivalent of such an idea. So if we hold that to be true, we have our intention, we have our affirmation, we know it is absolutely true in the mind of God, that idea must clothe itself in form and manifest itself on the physical level. We can do this, and we do this all the time. We do it with our lives. We do it with our lives in need of change. We do it with our lives when we're not even thinking about it. We've been doing it with our lives our whole lives. We have been holding something to be true about ourselves, and then we see it out picturing, and we go, there you go, see? Proves it. But it only proves what you've previously thought to be true. And when we change our thinking, that out picturing changes as well. So some things maybe have piled up on you or around you. So now is the time, this re-entry time, right? We have to lift off first. We have to do something first. We have to make movement first. And lots of us had different experiences over this pandemic. Some of us got furloughed. I know my son got furloughed with pay first, and then he got furloughed without pay after a while, and then he got laid off totally. Had to find a new job. But what do? We go to prayer. The first thing we do is go to prayer. We have an idea in mind, an ideal, right? What do we want to do? What do we want to do now? And we get that ideal and we make it our idea. We stay out of the how. Remember, that is the domain of spirit. Stay out of the how. Know the look and the feel and the emotion of our ideal scene, and let Spirit worry about the how. Well, Spirit doesn't worry anyway, but it'll handle the how. Spirit handles the how. It's a great bumper sticker. And knowing that, sensing that, feeling that, we get to know what needs to be done on our end in order to make that manifest. When we have decided, when we have set our intention, when we know that we know, yes, there may be some things for us to do at the physical level. Again, treat and move your feet. Remember, treatment is spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer, and then move your feet. There may be something for us to do at the physical level, but your intuition will tell you what it is. Your intuition will let you know. When you are in prayer, when you are in meditation, you will know what that next step is. Maybe you need to send out a resume. Maybe a call has to be made. Maybe you have to reach out to a friend in the business. Maybe you get a referral from someone. But intuition will let us know what to do, where to go, who to see, what to say, and to whom. Spirit will always have our back. We'll always know what to do next, right? I know there's an old saying about you don't have to see the whole staircase, you just one step at a time, right? Well, that's what intuition does. It leads us one step at a time. And little by little, conditions change to manifest that desire. And we use that same process over and over and over to demonstrate everything at the physical level. Demonstrate a new job, demonstrate a new income, demonstrate abundance, demonstrate a love life, demonstrate a new house, demonstrate a new car. The process is always the same, and it applies to every change that we desire in our lives. In the practical application of science of mind, Ernest Holmes said, our lives and experiences may very well be likened to a river. If we stand on the bank of the river and watch it flow, we become aware of the fact that the river never changes, but that its content is always new. By analogy, we might say the purposeful, dynamic quality of life within us never changes, but the content of our experience of living never remains the same. We find we are in motion all the time in our lives. We're no longer stuck. We're using these principles to outpicture change in our lives. We've been sheltering in place all this time now. Aha, movement. Things are starting to open. Hooray! There is movement happening. Restaurants are opening. People are gathering again. And what happens is we become that busy person that we give things to get done, right? We become that. We are that busy person that we would give something to get done. Remember them from the beginning of the talk, right? You want something done, give it to the busy person? Well, then we become that busy person. And then there is something that we have to keep in mind. The biggest concern that can confront us when we begin this momentum of action is overcommitting, which can lead to overwhelm, right? I know some of you type A people, oh yeah, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that. We can overcommit, leads to overwhelm, leads to crashing and burning, which is something you don't want to do just coming out of a 15-month period of sheltering in place. Because when we crash and burn, we fall into inertia once again, right? Oh, everything just becomes too much, and we just can't do anything. And I want you to understand that overwhelm is a choice as well. Overwhelm is a choice as well. So remain conscious in your commitments. we can sabotage ourselves when we're coming out of this period of wanting to do everything, all the things I've missed out on, right? Wanting to do everything all at once. Balance is a quality of God. Balance is what's needed right here. Balance will keep us from going into overwhelm as our lives begin to expand and expand and expand into our greater good, right? We don't want to do that, so we have to stay in balance. Ernest Holmes said this: man's mind should swing from inspiration to action, from contemplation to accomplishment, from prayer to performance. This would be a well-balanced existence. The Spirit fires the soul with energy and understanding. The soul, which is the subjective mentality, vitalizes the body and animates all that we do. Spirit fires up the soul animates the body gets the work done. Just like that. Just like that. We fire up the fuel burns, converts liquid energy into gas energy. That gas energy pushes down on the launch pad, forcing the rocket up and overcoming the effect of gravity, creating the upward movement. We fire up ourselves much in the same way. Overcome inertia and creating that upward movement in our lives. And then we have liftoff. Thank you.
Your love is lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, quench my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore. You know your love gifting me higher, keeping lifting me higher and higher. I said your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me, lifting me higher and higher.
Now once I was downhearted, disappointment was my closest friend. But then you came, and it soon departed, and you know he never showed his face again.
You know your love lifting me higher,
Keeps on lifting me,
keeping lifting me higher and higher. I said your love,
keeps on lifting me,
hey, yeah,
keeps on
lifting me higher and higher. Well, I'm so glad I finally found you. Yes, that one in a million churches. And now with your loving arms around me, I can stand up and face the world again. You know your love lifting me higher,
keeps on lifting me,
lifting me higher and higher. I said your love
keeps on lifting
Yay! Now, I know you got out of the chair and you started dancing to that at home. You had to. This is such great music. Thank you so much, Nathan and Andy. I love you, and I miss you, and I can't wait to see this kind of energy in person in the sanctuary. And I'll be there at that concert. And if we can have people, I'm a people, I'll be there. Okay, now is the time for our conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to give back to those people, places, and things that nurture us spiritually. And if vision is that place for you, thank you so much. I know it's been a long time. I know that you've committed to supporting vision. You give online or through the banks, through the mail. However you give, just bring that into your mind right now. Bring it into your consciousness. Make sure that it is conscious circulation that you are immersed in, because we know that as we give, so we do receive, and mightily. It is our spiritual practice here at Vision. So bring that to mind. Let us go within for prayer, knowing God's abundance. We know that abundance is a quality of God. It is a quality of everything that God creates. It flows through us and as us. We see abundance all over. Spirit has created abundance in all things, in grains of sand and leaves on trees and grass. We know that there is limitless abundance in the universe, and we know that we are part of this entire incredible dynamic process called life. And so abundance is a quality of us as well. As we give, so we do mightily receive. We stand in the river of God's abundance. We stand open-handed, open-hearted, and we receive gratefully, we give graciously, and we remain in the cycle, giving great thanks. I know this is truth. I simply let it be, and so it is.
As I give, so do I receive, joyfully, gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully, freely. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know as I give, so do I receive. So do I receive, offering my first and best. As I give, so do I receive, knowing how I've been blessed. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know as I give, so do I receive.
It is now time for our Miracle Minute, and I did get a Miracle Minute sent to me. I'm so excited. Shar wanted to share this with us, that she had been hospitalized over Mother's Day and very ill, and went to prayer, absolutely, had a horrible stay in the emergency room. I will spare you all the details, but she's home now. There was some concern that maybe she would have to go into assisted living or something, but no, she's home. She's feeling much better. Prayer works. Prayer changes things. And she wanted us to know that she is feeling so much better now, and we are grateful as well. Her doctor is taking really good care of her, and he's the perfect guy for the job. So wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Shar. I'm so pleased. We know that prayer changes things. It absolutely does. So When you have that demonstration of answered prayer, and I know you will, those miracle minutes happen all around us. Remain conscious of them. Remain awake and aware of them. When those coincidences, when those serendipities, appointments happen, when things come together, you go, aha, that's my miracle. Right there, that's my miracle. I want you to email it to me. And now it is time for The Last Word by Johnny Kirko. Here he comes.
There's about 4 or 5 in the room in here, and they're really weak with this Here's Johnny stuff. Man, you guys are out of practice. Let's get rolling. Let's try again. Here we go. Here's Johnny. Thank you. Wow. All right, I'm done. Thanks a lot. Thank you, guys. I love you. Miss you, and I can't wait to see everybody. Vision Meet and Greet, we're doing this right after our celebration. Join us. We're going to be getting together with our members and our congregation, and practitioners are available for one-on-one prayer, and join us for the Zoom. There's links on the Facebook as well as a website. Coffee Connection every Monday through Friday at 8:30 in the morning, led by Reverend Lori Sheets and sometimes Micah Leslie. They do a little half-hour get-together, say hello. It's a cool little group. I get a chance to come in and out every once in a while. Join them. They'd love to have you be a part of that. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're continuing our uplifts. It's at 1 o'clock Pacific time. We have Reverend Patti Paris and other people, most of them are ministers, who join us and do a little uplift for the week. So it's between 1 and 1:15, something like that. Join us. Links are on the website as well as on Facebook. Thursday evening is Folky Monkey time, and we have Dave Blackburn and Robin Adler going to be singing for us. Great music. We are going to have some people here in the congregation, so if you want to be a part of that, go to Joe Rathburn's website, joerathburn.com, and sign up for that, and you can watch us as well on our website. Reverend Patti Paris is starting up a class called The Dark Side of the Light Chasers. It's a Debbie Ford book. If you want to join Reverend Patti, it's going to be starting a week from this Wednesday. It's going to be during the day. Starts at 10:30, I believe, 10:30, 10 o'clock, and join her for that. You can sign up on the web underneath classes, so be a part of that. Andy and Nathan, first of all, how about them today? They rocked it. Andy and Nathan, but they're going to have a concert on Wednesday the 9th. So that is going to be on a Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock. We will be live with 30 people in the room. Plus, we're also going to have it on live at our Facebook as well as our website. Going to be fun. We'll have tickets available on the website for that as well. Still looking for a core council member. If you are a member of Vision, join us. Love to have you talk about being a part of the leadership here at Vision. Reopening. So, we don't have a date yet, but we are having a meeting this afternoon, and we will have a date. Patty, what do you think? We will have a date for next Sunday. You will know when we're opening up. You will know the date. The date is coming. It is coming, I promise you. So we have a lot of stuff to figure out, but we'll get that taken care of. Next week, Reverend Patti Parison, the birthday girl, is coming back. Her talk title is This and More. I don't have a singer yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm just going to sing for you. No, we'll have somebody good in here. So Reverend Patty's birthday is this Wednesday. So we're celebrating Reverend Patti, and we have a little special presentation from Reverend Lori Sheets. Come on up, Reverend Lori.
Come over here, Reverend Patti.
Yes, my dear.
You teach us,
Oh, yes.
you inspire us, and we will long remember one of your favorite acronyms, FROG, fully relying on God. On behalf of the congregation, in celebration of your birthday, we have a special gift.
Oh, my.
Go ahead and pick that up very carefully.
Very gently.
This is a Swarovski crystal
Oh, my.
frog.
It is. Look at him. Can you see it? It's beautiful. Oh, my gosh. Let me be so gentle. Oh, he's beautiful. Yep. Fully rely on him.
Happy birthday.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you, congregation. Oh my gosh. Fully rely on God. There you go. We need reminders like that all around us. We'll make bracelets. We'll make bracelets with FROG on them, and we'll sell them here at Vision. You'll love it. You'll get one, right? Thank you so much. I so appreciate it. What a memorable birthday this is this year. Oh my, yeah, it's a big one. Thank you so much. Now I want you to stand up. We are going to say our affirmations. I know you've been comfortable, except you were up dancing with Andy and Nathan. I saw that. But I want you to stand up again. We're going to say our affirmations. We're going to ground ourselves in the truth of them. We're just going to let that energy flow through us from the ground up, that earth energy, and from the cosmos down through that crown chakra. We're just going to let that energy flow through us as we declare these truths about ourselves. So let's say them together. My life's journey is up to me to create. I choose positive, powerful, peaceful, and loving thoughts every day. My spirit, motivation, and faith lead the way to my success. Yeah, I love it. Okay, I'm just kind of partial to the second one. I love alliterations. So let's say number 2 again. I choose positive, powerful, peaceful, and loving thoughts every day. And we absolutely do. We know that this science of mind and spirit changes our thoughts, changes our life, outpictures for the good, always. Let's pray out. I give great thanks for this day, for everything, for all of the good, knowing and accepting that there is this one life. It is powerful, it is joyous, it is peaceful, it is us. We allow that energy of spirit to flow through us into the world so that we can be the place where peace shows up. We are the place where joy shows up. We are the place that the world is calling for, that peaceful, joyous, united, conscious, wise place that the world is calling for us to be, to transform not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us for the better. Giving great thanks for this day, I simply let it be, and so it is. Amen. See you next time. Thanks for stopping by.